Hi, Happy New Year. I wouldn't even know where to start in describing the past year. Tough, surreal, challenging, all these things and more. But today, here we are on the threshold of a new year. And I hope it will be a new year that will bring much brighter days ahead. Thanks so much for all that we have shared in this past year, because just knowing that you're there has made more difference than I can ever say. So thank you for our journey through the past year, for your love, for your encouragement, for your support. And today we look forward to a new year together. Our theme for today is hopes and dreams. And here's a thought for the year ahead from Lin-Manuel Miranda. Good morning. Try and face the world with your best self, even if the world doesn't respond in kind. Don't do them. Do you. Again, I'd invite you during our service to pause me and to watch our different songs and videos throughout the service. If you're watching on Facebook, then it's the post below this one has all our links. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you go right down to the very bottom of the page, the first of the comments section has the links to our songs and videos. So please pause me and listen to our first song, which is Joy to the World. Last week, the movie Inside Out was on TV. It's a fabulous movie. If you get a chance to catch it, it's still on BBC iPlayer for a couple of days. And it's a movie that reminds you that your inside journey is even more significant than your outside journey. The third Monday in January is known as Blue Monday. It's supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. Although ironically it certainly wasn't last year, if only we had known. The theory of Blue Monday is, though, that once the new year has passed, by the third Monday in January, your resolutions have gone, your enthusiasm's gone, all your hopes have gone, and reality has kicked in. What can you do to change that? How can we hang on to our hopes and our dreams? 6 years ago, almost to the day, and I remember exactly when it was because it was my birthday, I walked into Inner Space Brahmakumaris Meditation Centre. I had recently stopped doing comedy, and it was absolutely the right time to stop, but it left a really big gap in my life. And I'd been wondering for a couple of months what was going to fill that gap. I thought I'd like to try meditation. But where do you start? There are so many different types of meditation and so many meditation centres and groups. which one would you choose? I really believe in right time and right place. And when you are open to that, sometimes you find yourself in that right time, right place. I am learning slowly to trust my intuition. The peace I have found through my involvement in the Brahma Kumaris inner space, the people I have met through it, the experiences I've enjoyed, have played a significant part in who I am today. They've deepened my sense of myself, helped me to understand myself better, helped me to understand others and life in a deeper way. And when I look back on that day, I might not have gone. I was anxious. I didn't know anybody there. But I opened a door. I wasn't sure what it would be like. I wasn't sure if I'd like it. I found meditation really hard at first because most of the time I'm way too hyper. I am learning to slow down, and I am learning to make space. One of the life lessons I have learned is to make space for myself. And that would be something I would want to share with you. Make space for yourself because you're worth it. In the book The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron suggests that everybody should have what she calls an artist's date. It's a couple of hours during a week which you set aside just for you. And she calls it a date because she says that sometimes if you put aside some time for yourself, it's very easy to let it get crowded out. Whereas for a date, you make sure that you guard it. You prepare yourself for it. You get ready for it. You dress for it. And you keep it special. And Julia Cameron says that the artist's date, you can do whatever you want to do. Something that means something to you. It might be just read a book. It might be do something that works for you. It is just a couple of hours in every week that you set aside just for you. I know right now there aren't things to go to, but maybe at the start of a new year, it's a good time to think about that inner journey. A time to dream dreams for your life, to make space for you, and to program it in for every week in the year ahead. Maybe it is a good time to open a door and to see what you'll find. Let's do a prayer. God, in this moment, I prepare myself to open a door. I may hesitate before it. I may have no idea where it'll lead me. But I want to find the courage to open that door and to discover what lies ahead of me. Amen. I invite you to pause me and to listen to our next song, which is From the Darkness Came Light, and a reading by Charles C. Finn called Please Hear What I'm Not Saying. Don't be fooled by me. Don't be fooled by the mask I wear. For I wear a mask. I wear 1,000 masks. Masks that I'm afraid to take off. And none of them is me. Pretending is an art that is second nature with me. But don't be fooled. I give the impression that I am secure, that all is sunny and unruffled with me, within as well as without, that confidence is my name and coolness is my game, that the waters are calm and that I am in command and need no one. But don't believe it. Please don't. My surface may seem smooth, but my surface is my mask, my ever-varying, ever-concealing mask. Beneath lies the real me, in confusion, in fear, in loneliness. But I hide this. I don't want anybody to know it. I panic at the thought of my weakness being exposed. That's why I frantically create a mask to hide behind. A nonchalant, sophisticated facade to help me pretend. To shield me from the glance that knows. But such a glance is precisely my salvation. My only salvation. And I know it. It's the only thing that can liberate me from myself, from my own self-built prison walls, from the barriers that I so painstakingly erect. But I don't tell you this. I don't dare. I'm afraid to. I'm afraid your glance will not be followed by love and acceptance. I'm afraid you will think less of me, that you'll laugh, and your laugh will kill me. I'm afraid that deep down inside, I'm nothing, that I'm just no good, and that you'll see and reject me. So I play my games, my desperate pretending games, with a facade of assurance on the outside and a trembling child within. And so begins the parade of masks, and my life becomes a front. I idly chatter to you in suave tones of surface talk. I tell you everything that's really nothing, and nothing of what's crying within me. So when I'm going through my routine, don't be fooled by what I'm saying. Please listen carefully and try to hear what I'm not saying, what I'd like to be able to say, what for survival I need to say, but can't say. I dislike the hiding. Honestly, I do. I dislike the superficial, phony games I'm playing. I'd really like to be genuine, spontaneous, and me. But you have to help me. You have to help me by holding out your hand, even when it's the last thing I seem to want or need. Each time you're kind and gentle and encouraging. Each time you try to understand because you really care, my heart begins to grow wings. Very small wings, very feeble wings, but wings. With your sensitivity and sympathy and your power of understanding, I can make it. You can breathe life into me. It will not be easy for you. A long conviction of worthlessness builds strong walls. But love is stronger than strong walls, and therein lies my hope. Please try to beat down the walls with firm hands, but with gentle hands. For a child is very sensitive, and I am a child. Who am I, you may wonder? I am every man, every woman, every child, every human that you meet. And please pause me for a moment and watch our next video, which is called Encouragement. Please join me in a New Year prayer. God, I stand at the doorway of a new year. And right now, it feels pretty much the same as the old year. Every day, I'm reminded of the restrictions on my life. And I'm advised to be afraid. But while I recognise the seriousness of the situation we're living through, and I will do what I can to keep safe and to keep others safe, I am anxious not to lose my inner journey. My life may feel on hold right now. My relationships diminished by distance and physicality and isolation. My movements reduced. My experiences and activities curtailed. But in this moment, I value who and what I have. I value the capacity to look forward. I am excited that life, in all its possibilities, will one day open up once more. In this time of emptiness and frustration, I will find space to hope, to dream, to look into my soul and discover that this can become a time for inner journeys. Today, I still believe. I can see a candle in the darkness. I know that the darkest hour of the night is the hour before dawn. And as I look towards a new year, I will choose the path that lies ahead of me. This past year has given me an opportunity to think about what's important in my life, what is significant, and what's just background noise. when life returns to normal, as I am confident it will one day. I don't have to keep it the same as it was. I can choose what I put back and what I replace. In this moment, a thought for my journey through the past year. A thought for where I am right now. And a thought for the journey that lies ahead of me. Amen. And please pause me and listen to our next song, which is From a Distance. A reading from the Bible, from the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, reading verses 18 and 19. God says, don't cling to events of the past or dwell on what happened long ago. Watch for the new thing I'm going to do. It's happening already. You can see it now. I will make a road through the wilderness and give you streams of water there. And here's a reading that I found online. It's called I'm Walking into 2021. I'm walking into 2021 with a clear heart and mind. If you owe me, don't worry about it. If you wronged me, it's all good. Lesson learned. If you're angry with me, you won. I've let it go. If we aren't speaking, it's cool. I truly wish you well. If you feel I've wronged you, I apologise. It wasn't intentional. I'm grateful for every experience that I receive. Life is too short for pent-up anger, holding of grudges, and extra stress or pain. Here's to 2021. Remember, forgiving someone is for you, so don't block your blessings. Make 2021 a year of positivity and a season of forgiveness. And please pause me and watch our next video, which is a train in the snow. Sometimes you just can't get out of the way. You will come through, perhaps more than a bit overwhelmed, perhaps bruised, but you will come through. It is your life. In positive psychology, Albert Ellis developed a theory which he called learned optimism. He said that you can learn to be optimistic, and it's got an A, B, C, D, E lineup so that it makes it easier for you to remember it. A is adversity, when something happens that you struggle with. B is the beliefs that you automatically have, which are invariably negative. I can't do this. This is too much for me. C is the consequences of that belief. If you believe that you can't do anything, then the consequences are that probably you can't. D is that you dispute those automatic beliefs. And E is the energy you find when you dispute those beliefs successfully. You can learn to be optimistic. Believe in yourself. And please pause me and listen to our next song, which is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. Regularly I get messages on my computer, my phone, my iPad, asking me to upgrade. And I am always anxious. My first thought is not, this is going to make things better. It's, will this change something that I already have? I am aware that I really don't like change. I am equally aware that the most exciting times in my life have been times of change. I appreciate that if I don't upgrade my devices, they won't work so well. In fact, they might not work at all. And if I don't upgrade, I won't get the benefits or the improvements of them. Almost invariably, the upgrades are helpful. But still, I hesitate when I'm asked to upgrade, because I know that I may have to do things differently after that point. I think I do the same in my life. I have to fight really hard to be a rebel because it's not my default. I have learned that your default is where you always go first. You have to learn to take a moment, to step back and to challenge your default. It won't change, but you don't have to let it control you. This is your moment. Your moment to upgrade your life, to change. Yes, change. To be a better version of yourself. And that might mean you have to do things differently. This is your moment to decide who you want to be. Your moment to choose your path for the road ahead. Your moment to choose what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life. Your moment to choose who you want in your life and who you don't want in your life. You don't have to clear out everything, but you may choose to clear out some things. As you step into a new year, what will you keep? And what do you need to let go? Let's do a prayer. God, in this moment, I am ready to upgrade. I am ready to let things go that no longer serve me well. And I am ready to step onto the new path that lies ahead of me. Amen. And please pause me and spend a moment in reflection. The video that we're going to watch is called How to Change Your Mood in 3 Minutes, and it's by Desert Rose. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and your encouragement throughout this past year. I wish you a happy new year, and I wish you a bright year ahead. Thank you for tuning in to our services throughout this past year. It has been good to know that you're there. It has been good to connect with you, and thank you for being there. I hope that the new year will bring brighter days ahead. And we're going to finish our New Year service by listening to Amid the Falling Snow. And I've also linked our closing prayer, may God's blessing surround you today. Happy New Year. Best for 2021. Take care.